Hi, it's Krista at the Secret Yarnery. Welcome to Crochet Podcast, episode 162. Isn't that crazy? 162. Sometimes it's like a number, you're like, yep, this is the next one. And then sometimes you're like, what? Have I done this 162 times? Yes, we have together. It's been amazing. So thank you so much for everybody who has been with me on this journey and everybody who is new. Hello and welcome. My name's Krista. This is a Secret Yarnery channel. It's all about crochet, yarn, color, crochet inspiration, motivation, and just a great sense of community. So to join that, just pop a comment under the video so we can get to know you. Now, before we get started, I want to give a big thank you to Kathy B. Thank you so much for the cup of coffee. And if you want a shout out in an upcoming video, consider buying me a coffee. So much has gone on, so much has changed, but then again, so much is the same. Crochet, still the same, but let's get into family first, give you a little update on the latest with the kids and the fam. We started going to the gym. I think I told you that in the last podcast. We're still going to the gym, and the boys are making great progress. My neck, I can sleep any which way I want. So my news to you, if you've been watching for a while, just go back to I think February when my leg fell out. Go back to that, and then how my neck was so sore for I went to a chiropractor. I was doing all these things trying to get my neck to turn properly. Turns out I didn't have muscles on it. Had no muscle. Apparently when you age, you lose your muscles. I'm active. I think I'm active, but you lose your muscle mass basically. So anybody in the same situation as me, I just encourage you to do some sort of resistance training. Walking is not enough. I can tell you that. I tried that too. I'm like, I'll just go walking. No, it won't work. You need to build your muscles up again. So that's my news flash. It's going great. The boys are really, I almost want to say enjoying it. And Mir's totally enjoying it. And the boys are really getting in shape. Anthony loves going, all over goes. And he's actually really getting pretty great at it. Every time we go, we do something a little more challenging, a little harder, a little more of something. So it's not the same thing all the time. But I do encourage anybody pondering body pains, neck pains, back pains to incorporate some sort of resistance with your physical body. Build up those muscles somehow, because it totally worked for me. So that is my blurb about the gym and how much we're all loving on it. There was also a question of why are you driving your husband to the gym if he can drive himself? Yeah, he could, right? He does now. He's started driving himself. But in the beginning, he didn't want to go by himself, and he's been on medication for several years now for diabetes and high blood pressure. And the first time he worked out, I think just the blood pumping and actually using your body in even just holding up your own weight, like a push-up or a sit-up or anything just with your own weight. I think it got everything moving in his body. He got really woozy. He got woozy. So woozy. I went to go get water and stuff, and I was like, oh, I should call him and see if he wants this or that. And I realized I had both his phones in my bag. I was away for about 15 minutes, came back. He was sitting in a chair in the gym, sitting in the same chair at the gym, and didn't notice that I had his phones the whole time. Which is a sign. I get a guy complaining. I get it. Filed away. Guy complaining. Not even going to read the file. You're just complaining. It was actually, he didn't even notice that I had his phones. So I'm kind of I took it a bit serious because he is a compulsive. That's why he has two phones. He didn't miss either of them. And he sat on himself in a chair without complaining about it. So I was like, all right, if that's safety first, I'll drive you to the gym and get you home. Until now he's fine. He doesn't get like that anymore. I think he's I don't know, gotten stronger, or it doesn't affect him anymore that much. So he can drive himself and he can drive himself back. So that's a good thing. Tanea is doing work experience. She's 15, so she has work experience at a bookshop, where I'm just so happy about it, because she wants to be an author when she grows up, or Well, yeah, that's what she says she wants to be. So let's see, which I think working in a bookshop, perfect, because books, being an author, like you can't, well, I don't know an author that she can go work for how do you work for an author? I don't know. So she's in a bookshop, loving it. And it's pretty relaxed. Like they read books. She reads pretty much a book and a half a day and hangs out with the staff and does her little customer service thing. So she does it twice a week. They were supposed to do it for a week back during school in, I want to say June, the middle to end of June. But because of, you know, political situations and stuff, it got canceled. And then the school suggested that we just do work experience over the summer holidays. And she's like, no, everyone else is done. They just went for a couple days. And I'm like, no, you're going the whole time. So she's actually working 2 days a week, and I'm enjoying it. I think she's enjoying it. She's out of the house and getting a little bit of independence. So I think that's pretty cool. And what else? Everything else is pretty much the same. So should we get into finished objects? Yes, we should. Okay, finished objects. First one, you've seen it. The tutorial is out. Ba, 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 ba. How gorgelicious is this? So this is the finished luscious lettuce berry shawl. Yes, there's a tutorial, both right and left-handed. These are the berries and this is the lettuce. It's so cute. So loving on it. Plus I put a button so it can stay on. Like you don't have to keep on going like that or figuring it out. It's gonna stay on your shoulders. Because it has a little button. And the button just fits into just any one of these ones on the edge. It's naturally already there. So you don't even have to worry about it. You just go and like, boop, pop it on in. Hope you lined it up. Oh my gosh, I lined it up. Look at that. I'm happy with that. Okay, so here is what it looks like. I could have worn a dress that matched, but I didn't. I felt pink. Oh, in the back. So that is the luscious lettuce berry shawl. Super cute. Really easy to do. Step-by-step tutorial. Every single row, corner, middle, center. I walk you through the whole thing. So there is a written pattern and there is right and left-handed tutorials. Now also for the written pattern, I did put it on sale. So this is my thing. When the pattern goes out or the tutorial goes out, I will be putting the pattern on sale, 50% off with the coupon in the newsletter. So if you haven't signed up for my newsletter, the link is underneath the video so that you can also be getting patterns for half price for like the first day that it comes out. So the first 24 hours. So that is the luscious berry. Oh, I should put it on her, shouldn't I? Let me put it on her. So I'm loving on that one. I've actually worn it out like twice. And the next one that I have finished, you might have seen this also on Whip Wednesday. Let me get them situated properly. Pair of new slippers. Da, ba, ba. Love it. So my last pair, my magic ring opened up. So I came up with a new solution for the magic ring, especially because with the chenille yarn, you can't pull on it because the loops all come undone and it's just gonna snap and break. So I figured out an easier way of doing a magic ring, or did I say magic knot? Magic ring that you can snug down nicely to get the toe nice and closed. And also, so you don't have to do the edge all the way around to like frame it in like the 2-hour slippers. You make a chain and then slip stitch back and then kind of cinch it shut. Can you see? So you put on your slipper and you kind of tighten it, tie your bow, and then you never really have to do that again. Although I might, if I was doing it again, making the chain, I'd probably make it like 20 chains longer. I did a chain of I think it was a 100 or 110. I wrote it down, but I would do like 120. I do a chain of 120 just so you could have a little bit of a bigger bow. Not that I mind a small bow. I think it's still cute. So those are my new slippers. I haven't worn them, so I finally don't have to hold up a pair and be like embarrassed. That is the bottom of them. That is the inside. And yes, they are that thick and squishy. It's so good. So this is exactly my 2-hour slipper recipe, my 2-hour slipper pattern, except I did the chain around the outside instead of working into it because you cannot see your stitches. I am not going to do a tutorial. Well, I don't think I'm going to do a tutorial because you can't see my stitches either. I don't know what they look like. I'd pretty much just be like talking you through. It could be an audiobook. Honestly, you can't see a thing, which is why they're a little bit different sizes. Can you tell which one is a bit bigger than the other? Totally by accident. Just saying, it was not planned, but one is a little bit bigger than the other. Because you just kind of wing it. You're like, that's a stitch. And then I guess sometimes you don't guess the exact same stitches on both, but it's still shoes. Luckily, one of my feet's a little bit smaller than my other foot anyway. So, but I have to switch. I have to take out my chains and swap them around, or else I have to wear my slippers like that. Because this is the small one, and this is the bigger one. Not by much. I think it's like 2, I don't know, it's a stitch or something different. Not in length, just in width. So, and then it fit perfect. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be even better for me. But did I mean no? I meant them to both to be identical. That's like a total flop. That's like a mini fail. They're so great on the inside. Look how squishy. That's the inside of the slipper. So good. So this is officially my favorite slipper now. Like I can't go back to just making chenille and one strand of chenille and one strand of acrylic. It has to be this loopy yarn. But you do give up the accuracy. It is quite a bit of winging it, unless you really paid attention, which I didn't. I was hanging out with you. So, and these are my other finished objects, and now I get to wear them. Oh my gosh, pink, they match my dress. All right, I'm gonna put them on the right way. So cute. Oh my gosh. They're cozy. Oh, they feel so good. They're so squishy and amazing. So those are my finished objects. Still working on my C2C squares. I haven't worked on them this week, so they're exactly where I left them last week. And also working on, oh, you can't see? Here. Also working on, boom, my yarn holder review, but guess what? I can't find one of my yarn spinners. Yarn holder spinner thing. You know the one that has the 2 ears? I don't know where it is. So I was gonna film that right now, and I'm like, I don't know where. Why is that making such a horrible noise? Oh, it looks like it's loose. No, it's not. It feels loose. Can you hear it? Can I turn it? That's not nice, is it? Okay, well that's a problem. Oh, but it sounds better. Okay, there you go. So I don't know where it is. I'm gonna wait for Tanae to come home from work experience and see if she can help me find it. I've looked through all my whips, which is why my whips are organized, although plentiful. And I'm on hold for this. I don't know where I put it. Other news, and give me your opinion about this. What is your opinion about like classes, like crochet classes, like hobbies, like learning a hobby by taking a course? Is that something you would do? Because I've been thinking of doing a course, like a master class, but have it as like a course with like the printables and the checklist and like all that stuff that makes you feel great about completing the course. Do you know what I mean? Not just like, here's a tutorial and there's a pattern, but be like, you know, more of an immersive experience. So I was thinking about doing that, but then wondering what your opinion about that is, if you would prefer just plain old tutorials, or if a class or a course would be something of interest to you. I've been thinking about it for a couple years, and I think it might be time to kind of give that a try. Maybe with borders or something like that, because I love a border and there's a whole bunch to learn about like picking a border and picking yarns for a border and the, you know, border math and all that. So thinking to do a masterclass about that on my website, but let me know what you think about that in the comments. And I've been really thinking about this video that I saw. It popped up on my YouTube by Olga Poltava, and she has a crochet channel just like me, and she's experiencing a lot of the same issues, same as me, and she's just not gonna do YouTube anymore. And I'm like, okay, like I want to do YouTube. So don't think I'm still doing YouTube, but her reasons totally resonate with me. And I'll link the video down below if you want to go give it a listen. It's about 8 minutes. But the reasoning is just all the work that goes into the videos and all of the effort that goes into it. And over the years, the algorithm or the YouTube Red or whatever it is, like it's just getting less financially viable. But listening to that video, she had a lot of points, which is like exactly like everything she's saying. How can I still be here and provide for my family? So that's what I'm thinking, maybe a course. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. And go check out her video as well, because she explains it a lot better than me. But I was like, right? Like I'm like, yeah. So not that I'm quitting. I'm not. I'm still here. I'm here with you. But I do need to find a way. Well, we just can't rely on, what do you call it? You need I need multiple income streams. I don't know. Got to do something else. Got to change what I'm doing without changing me is my thing. So that's what I'm pondering that. If you have any ideas, let me know. Just to kind of see how it goes. I'm still going to hang out with you. Don't panic about it. But I also need to support my family. And I can't do that just by hanging out with you here. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. What else? I really don't know where I put this yarn, the one with the ears. I crocheted with it on my bed. You saw it in the last, not the last one, Whip Wednesday number 3. I tried all of the yarn spinners. That was one of the yarn spinners I was trying. I did take a crochet whip basket into the car. But I took it out of the car. I went to check, unless I put it in my husband's car, which I don't think it would stay there for long. But that's about the only place I haven't looked. And it's not like, this doesn't come down. It's not collapsible. It's not removable. It's an object. You just kind of put them on a shelf. I have them on a table over there. You don't stack them somewhere. You don't hide them. You don't tip them over because you don't want that rod also bending. Do you know, where is it? That's all I'm saying. Where is it? So let's see about that. Anyway, that's all that's going on in the yarnery today and this week. And I hope you are having a super great day. If you have any suggestions, comments, ideas for videos, or something you would like me to talk about or review, let me know in the comments. And I'll be seeing you in that video right there. Stay hooked. Thank you so much for the cup of coffee. And if you want a shout out in an upcoming video, consider buying me a coffee. Okay. I feel like I'm sweating already. How did that even happen? Okay. Can you believe I lost it? How do you lose it? It's not a small thing. I have a table of them. Why wouldn't you put it on the table? I'm like, did I put it in a drawer? Did I put it in a window ledge? It doesn't fit with yarn. I checked all my whip baskets like 3 times. I haven't gone out with it. Like I haven't like, the only thing I could think is maybe I put it in the car, but like my husband would be driving around with my crochet stuff in his back seat and not complain. And it was like a couple weeks ago. So I doubt that it's there. Even if the car went to his parents' house, they would know that that's mine. Maybe I'm just gonna do the video without it. I'll just tell you what I know about it, but not really show you. I might have to. What if it's gone? How can it go? Have you lost it? Have you lost a yarn spinner holder thing? No. Crochet hooks, yes. Those, no. So that's a problem. That's my problem. Anyway, stay hooked.